Hi. Once you exported all the projects, you see all the zip files like this, and just go one level up, and here you can see templates folder, and under templates folder, go to the project templates, and here we can see all the exported projects. So Visual Studio by default it will place the zip files into two folders. One is my exported projects as well as under this project templates folder. Now what we need to do is create one folder and name it as multi project template, and move all these four zipped projects into that newly created project template. And here I need to create individual folders for each project. First I am going to create one project folder, and I am giving it name as multi project template, and I created. And what I do is I take this and I move into this folder, and I extract the files here. Once extracted, we can delete this zip folder. I delete it, and do the same for all other projects. I give this as multi project template dot data. I created a folder for data layer, and I moved this zip folder into inside this, and I extracted the files here, and I am deleting the zip folder. Now I am going to do it for entity. I am moving entity project inside this and extract here, and I deleted the zip file. Finally we are left with only service layer project. And I move this service layer project, and I will extract this. Once we extracted, we can delete this zip folder. And if you see, we have now four project files. Each one contains their own project files. And now what we need to do is we need to group all these together with the Visual Studio XML template file. Okay. Now we need to create VS template file which groups all these projects together. To do that, just go to Google and type multi project templates, in Visual Studio. And select the first link, and here you get uh, the sample structure how the Visual Studio template file will be. Take that and open a new file and copy paste and save it with .vs template. Okay, I need to save that file with with whatever name I want, and um, we need to save it with the dot extension vs template. Here I created new .vs template file, and this should be at root level. And if I open this, we can see something like this. I have edited the previously saved structure. Here I have given the name. This is what will appear when we want to create a new project. In the list of C# projects, this name will appear. So I have given meaningful name, MaultiProject Template. Here project template link, this refers each project in our solution. So project name I have given like this, $save project name $.api. This variable represents the name which user gives when the user creates a new project. So this basically represents the solution name. So with that solution name I am referring that for all layers. And here we need to give the relative path, multi-project template slash my template dot vsts. This path uh, represents this one, this folder, multi-project template. Under this, my template dot vs template. In the same way, we need to define for data layer. This is a parameter name, and then dot. With this name our project will be created, and here the path for the vs template for that project. Here you can see multi-project template dot data. In the same way I have given for entity and service. Now we need to add one element to each of the vs templates. I'm going to first this project, and here I am editing the first one. At the end of the template data, after icon tag, I am giving create in place true. Visual Studio by default it is not giving with this element. If this element is not present, Visual Studio is not loading the class files. So that is the reason we are creating this tag, create in place tag. We are setting it to, I did it for first one. I need to do it in the same way for other projects. I am doing it for data. I am editing. Create in place true. And I do it for entity. Create in place true. I copy this. I'm going to the finally service layer and edit it, and I'm pasting it directly. Previously I have copied. Now we are almost done with this template. Now what we need to do is we just need to go to Visual Studio and go to new project, and here you should see multi-project template file. We are not seeing, but we may need to restart the Visual Studio. I will close and I will restart my Visual Studio. I have restarted my Visual Studio. I will create a new project, and still we are not seeing. Let me check if I missed something. Okay, we have given here Visual Basic. We need to give C#. I have changed project type to C#. I close my Visual Studio again and restart. Now let us see whether it appears or not. Now I am creating a project Visual C#, and here you can see multi-project template. I am selecting that. I am giving giving the name as sample project, selecting this template and clicking OK. So it will load all the projects what we have created. It has loaded the projects like this. If you go to the class files of each project, the namespaces and everything will be correct. You can see whatever name I have given: sample project.api, sample project.data, sample project.entity, sample project.service. If you see the namespaces also, it matches. This is under data project, and if you go to entity, so everything matches. Here the only problem I can see is previously we are referring service project under API, right? If you expand it, I can see multi-project template.service, but if I go to if you see the references, previously we referenced the service layer in API project and data layer in service, right? But here you can see multi-project template.service. It is still referring with the old name. It is not referring with the new name. Sample project.service. So this is the problem, and now we see how to handle this issue. And if we can do that, then it will become fully working solution. Okay. Now we need to create a new project, and this project contains only one class library. And I am giving name as wizard for multi-project. Once it is loaded, we need to refer one assembly that is related to Visual Studio Wizard templates. I'm referencing template wizard interface. That will be in extensions. We need to go down, Microsoft Visual Studio dot template wizard interface. You can see template wizard interface. I am selecting this and referencing that, and I'm deleting this, and I will create one class, add reference, add class. I have given the name as root wizard.cs, and I did that. And now I inherit from iWizard class. So basically this will allow us to change any configurations while creating the project. In the process of creating a project, we can tweak anything by using this wizard. Because we are inheriting the interface, we are supposed to implement some methods. I will implement interface. So by default we are getting throw exception. I will remove all throw exceptions in all methods. It's also asking us to refer one more DLL. Let's refer that to envdt. We referred that DLL to. I'm removing all the exceptions. Here I am returning true, true. You can see I removed all the exceptions. These are all void methods, so I no need to return anything. This is the method which we handle it. This is the method which will be called when we create a new project. So here we change some of the parameters. Here I created one static variable, that is global dictionary. It is a of type dictionary, and what I am doing is, whenever we create the project, we give name. So that name will be stored in this variable dollar safe project name. And what I am doing is, I am adding it to that dictionary whatever I have created as static. I am adding the name. It is a slightly different, safer uh, safe root project name. The same I am adding it to the dictionary. The same variable I am adding it to the dictionary. Now our dictionary contains one value. What I do is, I create another class. I give name it as child wizard. I gave the name as a child wizard dot cs. Click on it. I do the same. I inherit from my wizard class and I implement the methods. After implementing the methods, I remove all the throw exceptions. Finally, here I am giving return true in the last method of this, and this is the method which we will handle it. So here I have written this code. Previously, this global dictionary, that is in the root wizard class, we created one static variable and we saved one parameter value here with this key. What I do now is, with the same key, I uh, add one more key with the value. So here I have given the name, safe root project name, and I'm setting the value of this parameter to this key. So after setting the global parameter to this current child wizard parameter, and we need to build whether it is building or not. Build is successful. So we need to register this DLL in GAC. Open containing folder and go to bin, and uh, we need to go to debug folder because I am in debug folder, and run as administrator. The syntax to register GAC is this one. First we need to set the path to the folder, that is this one. I'm setting it cd space. Now we need to get the syntax and we erase this. We give our DLL name, that is this one. I'm registering it into GAC. Okay, actually we need to do that in Visual Studio command prompt, not this. I'm closing this. In Visual Studio command prompt, I open. I go to the path. Cd space. Now we need to execute this command with our DLL. I arrange again this one. Our DLL name is Wizard MaultiProject. I entered. You can see without a strong name we are getting this error. What we need to do is, okay, so it is saying attempt to install an assembly without a strong name. What we do is, we right click and properties and go to sign in tab, check this checkbox, and under this create and under this create new, and here key file name, any name you can give, MaultiProject Template, and you can uncheck this and click OK, and it will create this file, as well as it will only select the project file, the file which is generated, because we have created it. Now let us try if it works. Attempt to install without a strong name. I forgot to save, so I clicked on save button, and then now I am trying. Attempt to install. Let's build this once. Maybe because of we did not build, it is failing. Now I built it, and let us try now. Assembly successfully added to cache. Let us see where it is created. Let us see whether it is registered in GAC or not. Now I am going to this path, C, Windows, Microsoft.NET and Assembly, GAC MSIL. You can see there is a folder created. Under this our DLL is there. So because the DLL is referring this DLL, I am manually copying this and pasting here. Now we use this DLL in our Visual Studio template file. I came to my project template. I am opening this. After opening this, I have some XML tags where I am pasting, and these assembly names we need to give, and our assembly name is this one, wizard for MaultiProject. I am giving this here, wizard for MaultiProject. We need to generate a public key, that is that you can generate we need to give the DLL name here, dot DLL. This is the public key token. I am giving that here, right? Remember, this is the root vs template. I have given root wizard, and what I do is I copy this tag and I go to each project and I open my template inside each project, and I add this to here. Instead of root wizard, I give child wizard, child, child wizard. Now I am going to this data and I am editing my template, and I am pasting instead of root wizard I am giving child wizard. Finally I am going to service. I am opening this one and adding this, and instead of root wizard I am giving child wizard. Now we need to edit all the CS pros files, and what I do is I open the project, I go to .csproj, and here you can see it is referring service project, right? I will take the variable name parameter and I give here, instead of MaultiProject template I give the parameter, right? I will close this. Then I go to a data project, and then I edit CS pros of this, and here I give the parameter. here I gave the parameter of in data, and because entity is not referring anything, it will not have anything. I go to directly service and I'm editing this CS pros here, and here I am replacing this. So now we are almost done with everything, and I'm coming back and I close my Visual Studio and I restart my Visual Studio. uh, Previously I have given a wrong parameter. Here we need to take this parameter and then we need to go to each my temp sorry each CS pros and give this here. Go to next data layer and edit CS pros. Instead of this we are supposed to give this value, this value. Now I am done with this. I am done with all the projects CS pros editings. Let us create a project and see whether we are able to load all the projects and their references. Now create a project and see whether we can load all the projects and their references. Here I am selecting multi-template project. I am giving final demo and clicking OK. It should load all the projects and their references. Here you can see final demo.api, final demo.data, and final demo.entity, and final demo.service. And if I go to dependencies, and it should load final demo.service, which is matching with this. Previously it was not, but when we implemented custom wizard and when we are referring the wizard in this wizard handles all the references. So this is how we need to create multi project templates. Thank you.